All right, welcome to my presentation for student presentation for World Civ. Yeah, so it's on the Mayans. So the Mayan creation myth goes that there were no living things in the beginning. Okay, we just had there's no there was no humans, no tigers, no animals, nothing like that. Um, there was just the sea and then the sky, and then there were makers in both of these. Okay, so there were makers residing in the sea and in the sky, and they made the earth. They made the earth rise up, and then they began attempting to create humans. So first they created them with mud, but they were just shapeless and they disintegrated and didn't work well. Then they created them with wood, and they worked, except there was no soul to them. They had no thoughts and no heart, and they weren't what the makers wanted, and so they were destroyed. And then they made them with corn, which was a very valuable thing in Mayan culture. It was a really valuable part of the culture, and allowed them to make the shift from forager, gatherer, hunter to agricultural, which allowed them to build a great civilization, which we know of as the Mayans. Uh, the Mayans were a really impressive civilization. They built many things, as you can see in these pictures and such. Um, they had, it's like it says, they excelled in agriculture and pottery and writing, calendar making. They came up with lots of different things, discovered many things about mathematics and much more, and they left a lot of really impressive works of architecture and such around, like we see in many pictures as we go. And they were at first, early on, the Mayans were an agricultural civilization and community, and this allowed them to make that shift to be able to build civilizations and such like this, because as a hunter-gatherer community, you can't stay in the same place. You have to move around to where there is stuff to hunt and gather, and you also can't support a very large civilization, a very large community or group of people. But with agriculture, it allows you to stay in a centralized location, which makes it so that you can spend more time on things and build things, and so that you can kind of expand your horizons on what you do. And it also allows for a much, much larger population. So yeah, so that's about the Mayans. These are my sources. Thanks.